Hi, everybody. Grady Polson. Welcome to the America Agency.
Oh, there we go. We're live. Here we go. What's up, everybody? Grady Polson, the America Agency. So excited to be back on with you. And it's been a couple minutes since I've done a live show. Holidays, travel, New Year's, Christmas, all the things, life, etc. But, you know, if to say when you're going to come back and do a live performance and you're going to bring on someone with you, Anna is that pop star look, energy, and attitude which you want to have to come back with. $30K a month issue paid on her personal pen. Agency doubled last month, and currently all of her producers that work with her issue over $20,000 a month. So we're talking about a high quality person, bringing on high quality people, and at the same standpoint, she's going to share with us what she's doing. So I'm stoked. I can't wait to have her on here. She'll be on here in just a couple minutes. We've got some updates, some things to go over. We've got convention coming up. We got some numbers came in from corporate over the past year. All around just some fantastic stuff to share with you. So as I always like to talk about partying, party is more fun with more people. And my advice to you is to share this link wherever you're joining me from, whether you're live on Instagram, you're live on YouTube, you're live on Facebook, or you're joining us on the website, joinamericalive.com, that to invite people to come on with you. This may or may not be for you. This may or may not benefit you, but I'm about to listen to a girl who wrote $30,000 last month in life insurance to working warm buyer leads from her comfort of her home or a home office where she works with her best friends. And it may or may not be for you, but come check it out. That would be a good text I would send to some people that may be looking for a better opportunity in 2026. Anna's story is unique to her, but it's not unique in the marketplace of people that have found our business and have changed their lives with it. And I advise you, and I ask you, and I encourage you to get more people to take a look at what we do here so they can change their lives too. And so without that, your group chats, your WhatsApps, your Telegrams, your group meetings, etc. Join America Live. Invite them to join us. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. And you know, they may or may not giggle along the way while I tell C- jokes. But without further ado, we got some updates to rip through. I'm stoked for them, and then I'm even more so stoked to have Anna come on here in just a few minutes. We're going to get through them fast. First thing, LCP, been a great partner of ours. Use code FFL, knocks off a huge chunk. They had a gigantic Black Friday deal. Got onboarding deals. They're partnering with agencies. They're helping doing white label stuff. But at the same standpoint, it's a great tool for you as you've ascended in your production, right? If you're a new producer, I highly encourage you to use Integrity Connected. It's a fantastic tool from quoting, underwriting, right into carrier apps. But as you proceed along this business and you start to write high-level numbers and you start to have batches of leads you don't know how to manage, and you're looking all over the place in order to find a place where to put them and how to get them dripped on consistently, Lead Champ Pro has been one of our great partners. We know the guys over there. They're all top producers. They've written millions of dollars of life insurance in their own pen, and we trust them to do our best for our agents and to put them in a great position where they can have a great CRM, a great tool to help follow up consistently and be able to maximize, be able to squeeze the most out of each and every lead. So if you're looking for a CRM, go book a call with those guys. You're going to love them. And use code FFL and save some money. Right now, I don't know if any of you have grabbed it. We've had over 1,000 downloads of our insurance sales guide. We came up with this great tool. Why? Because we've got a lot of information, a lot of places, and I felt that coherence and consistency would be something that would add to a lot of people's ease as they're getting started in their business, something to reference, etc. And so we came with the insurance sales guide, and it was a tremendous success. People are downloading it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12 people download it a day. I love it. I'm so happy that it's helping people. But we have a very giant surging community of Latinos. And so we have right now in contact with someone who has a doctorate in translation. Translation. And we're translating it into Spanish. So if you've got a Spanish team, or you speak Spanish, or you have Spanish agents, or you want to learn Spanish and business words in Spanish, you'll soon be able to grab your copy. Ideally, in 5 days. Our goal is January 20th. to launch it in Spanish. So we'll have that available for you to share, to use. Great information, everything from, heck, what were all my topics? Why life insurance, detailed product knowledge, mindset, leads, scripts, presentation, objection handling, referrals, referrals, how to get them all. It's a great tool. You can go, there's a link in bio, or you can find it, theamericaagency.com/free. Go there and get it. Don't go now. Stay. You want to see Anna, but that tool is available for you if you haven't had a chance or haven't heard about it yet. Go grab your free copy. But if you speak Spanish, we got that coming for you too. So moving on. December, huge month. December. To do 19.2 million in November, like the most legit focused month we've ever had, right? And then to follow it up with December, which is the most it can be, which many people did. Trey, Riyadh, great job, brothers. Julius, look at Julius. Oh my God, I should call him. That was a direct recruit. To have such a big month in December is not common. Why? Because when you make a ton of money, it is tough to get people who are not used to making a ton of money to go work hard again. And to have like a 4% depression from 19.2 in November to 18.1 in December, while you've got holidays, all the reasons, New Year's, everything that could possibly keep you from producing, it shows that maybe even there was a deduction in some production, right? That some people did not produce this month, but there was a growth in new producers. Guys, we're telling you, FFL, the American Agency, Limitless, all of our Inspire Group, all of our incredible national, I can't say them all because I love them all equally. But it is incredible to be a part of our company in 2026 and what is happening in this industry and the surgeons. I'm on calls with some of the highest elite people in industries that I never thought I'd meet in person, let alone now I'm on business Zooms with having conversations about how to onboard their agents, their team, their top producers, their generals. And it's a beyond exciting time to be here, but it's so exciting for even the brand new person who's looking for a place where they can just make some extra money for their family part-time and hopefully at some point walk away from their current job and start to make this their full-time income. And here we are, breaking records. So incredible, proud of everybody, all the way from Caleb at 30K issue paid, all the way up to Trey, Riyadh, and Julius, all breaking 100K in a month. Everyone on this list, I'm so proud of you. The agents, 2,247 agents issued a policy in December, 18.1 million, just incredible numbers. Couldn't be prouder, couldn't be more excited for the future, but couldn't be more focused on getting more and more people into this company and helping them change their lives as well. So great job, everybody. Let's keep rolling. Here's the numbers from corporate. Just got them put out today, so Natasha's on it. $72,491,309 of life issue paid in December with our company. 6,876 unique writers. Americo, 21 million. Ethos, 12 million. Athene, tons of annuity volume, 9 million. Mutual of Omaha, 7.8 million. Transamerica on the rise. Transamerica, we're talking about them here in a second, 7.3 million. So just a huge month for our company, closing out 2026. And then to see the growth of our company from August 57 to see September, was that 60? It's going to click over 60. And then October, November, December, 72, 72, 72. And, this is year-to-date life placed. I know with our annuity volume, we got near or broke 800 million. And to have over 18,000 people issue a policy in FFL in 2026 is just a testament to our company and our opportunity. So great job, everybody. 2026 is just going to be insane. I can't wait to be a part of it and do everything I can to help you all win along the way. Transamerica, we said we talk about them. This is Transamerica FEX Express slide. They are on next Tuesday, I believe, January 21st, are raising the limit. So if we look on this slide right here under face amounts, it says maximum for ages 18 to 75. Does everyone see that? Right there, 18 to 75 on the Transamerica FEX solution. So their whole life, got 3 levels, very lenient. is going from 50,000 max coverage on a whole life to 100,000. $100,000 on a whole life simplified issued. I'm blown away. Drop a 100 in the chat below if you are stoked to have a simplified issued whole life that is lenient, that is going to give you $100,000 of potential coverage, which is $100,000 potential annual premium, which means it's $100,000 potential issue paid premium, which means it's $100,000 of issue paid commission in your bank account for protecting families. Guys, it just keeps getting better. When we all started, back in my day, our cap was a $30,000 whole life. There was a paper app that you had to do a mouth swab. Like I had to bring this, I broke a briefcase in people's homes, and I'd sit across the table from a man and a woman, and I would have to take a stick with a sponge and stick it in their cheek and rub it, and then put it into a vial, break off the stick, close it, and mail that off to the carrier. And now you guys have $100,000 that you can sell from your phone. Like, I mean, we're talking about the future. We are here. It is now. Trans is making it happen. Beyond grateful. And yes, Isaac, you are correct. It is about to get scary. So I'm so stoked. Get excited. Go shake Trans's hands at convention. Be grateful for them because they're leading the charge wanting to do what's great for us. Bonusable, great care. And, you sell enough of it, they take you to Cabo. So love Trans. Couple more updates. We'll get to Anna. Instabrain's doing a race to 100K, 10K race. Anybody that issues 10K, or the first 25 agents that issue 10K with Instabrain qualify for a $1,000 bonus. So $1,000 bonus from Instabrain. We love them. I was talking to their CMO yesterday about how they are coming out with a full final expense product right now. We know they've got their term of living benefits, and they're guaranteed they're guaranteed and they're accidental. So they're 4 products. They're kind of great, but the best option that our agents are loving right now are full final expense and IULs. And so they're making a final expense and they're working on an IUL as well. And they've got that full online platform as well that we love, like Ethos, but they're more of a boutique company that wants to help us in any way, shape, or form they can. So get excited for that. A couple more things, and we're going to get out of here. Oh, we've got, so we talk about Integrity Connect a lot. It's a phenomenal product. It's not even millions. It's 50 millions of dollars Integrity has invested in creating one of the best tech solutions for us as agents. And Anna was recently picked to help share her experience with it. And so we have a quick video of her that she posted online talking about her experience with Integrity Connect.
I'm just getting a little bit of pushback from this carrier, okay? Where do I go? Someone's getting declined mutual of Omaha for thyroid issues. Like, hurry.
All you gotta do, you gotta go to Integrity Connect. You click on this quick quote and you'll get a quote as fast as. Just like that, you'll find a bunch of carriers here and you'll know which one to put it with.
Alrighty, congratulations, Mr. Williams. You've been approved as applied. I am now your insurance agent for life.
Fun, funny. If you are a new agent and you are not using Integrity Connect, you are literally shooting yourself in the foot and trying to run a marathon, which Hayden and I are doing on Sunday. And Derek and a bunch of other guys, John, etc. Colton, Gabe, everybody. Yeah, we're still doing that marathon thing if you've been around here for some time. But Anna, adorable and so funny, but also so true. New agents have a great tool that they can plug in the client's health information, get quick quotes, and immediately single sign-on into each of the carrier apps. I highly encourage you to use it. Anna and her team are using it. And as you heard earlier, and you will hear again, that her team doubled their production in December. And on top of that, they issue over $20,000 a month each. So we're talking about high-quality people using a great tool that is free. So a couple final updates, and we'll get to Anna. Oh, convention is coming. We'll get there in a second. But convention is here. We're doing a giant party. And this is one, invite everybody to. We rented, Andrew, myself, Integrity, Nina Hayden, your leadership, rented the Toyota Pavilion, Music Factory Pavilion. This is maybe 500 feet, 1,000 feet walking from the Urban Convention Center where convention is held. Wednesday night, if you're on this Zoom, you're invited to a party. 7 to 10. No, doors open at 6. Starts at 7. Goes till whatever, you know. But you know, we're doing an awards gala, team meetup. There'll be food. Andrew wants to get some magicians and cornhole, and we're gonna have a good old time and just come together as a team. Everybody that's on FFL USA. So that's everybody that is under Andrew Taylor. He does $35 million. So there's a lot of people. Please go to ffl.events.com and register. But many people, we're going to recognize a lot of people. Sean will be there. All of our carriers will be there. We've got some carrier sponsors that will be there. And the top people. So this is a fun thing the night before where we're going to take care of you. We're going to wine you, dine you, going to love on you a little bit. And we're expecting nearly 3,000 people to show up to this. So we kind of need you to RSVP to let us know, because we want to know if our expectations are high or expectations are low. But this is Wednesday night, January 28th, the night before convention. If you have any other prior commitments or arrangements or things you're doing, any other award ceremonies, wonderful. Go to that. Join us when you can. Doesn't cost anything. There's, you know, it's more talking, and stuff will be hand passed, hors d'oeuvres and all kinds of stuff. But go to your team's thing and join us when you can. We just put it together this week. You know, that's what's kind of fun about this business, is when you do a lot of production and you've got good at heart and good intention, that people want to help you out. And we came together. It's going to cost a couple $100,000. And we got some sponsors. We got approvals. We got, you know, a lot of people involved who had to go, yeah, this is a good idea. And now we get to do it. And we get to give it to you guys for free. And that's one of the funnest parts about this business, is be able to have things like this and be able to do events and to be able to bring people together. But please don't miss this. It's going to be incredible. Gala, team meetup, award ceremony with goals. If you don't think you're getting an award, well, no better than to see people getting awards, see who you want to go meet, and then go connect with them at convention, ask them questions, what they're doing in their business. So please join us. Please register, and we can't wait to see you in Dallas. Final slide. Get me off here and get Anna on here. Annual convention, it's coming. If you haven't registered by now, now's the time to get registered. There's no guarantee that attending convention will make you successful, but I guarantee you every successful person at FFL will be at convention. We're expecting an absolute blowout, absolute sellout. There's a full 2-day Latino Spanish convention as well happening concurrently. 6 giant guest speakers from Chris Carter, Bethany Frankel, Dave Anderson, Layla Ali, Barbara Corcoran, Robert Herjavec, our CEO, Sean Mike, Gary Vaynerchuk, Pastor Matthew Barnett, like so many great, incredible people, right? People that have been successful in life, and that's phenomenal. But what's more phenomenal is the 300 people that will walk across stage in your business that are making between $200,000 a year and $200,000 a month and more, sharing what they do each and every day to become successful, their habits, their disciplines, the scripts they use, the words they use to motivate and grow their business. And that's why you're coming to Dallas, to connect with the best in the absolute industry. We're doing $800 million a year. We do one big pull together. Now we've got the Ignites, which are great, coastal, right? But this is it. We do one annual convention. It's $99. Just get to Dallas, bunk up some Airbnbs with some people, and let's get better together. I can't wait to see you in Dallas. I can't wait to shake you, hug you, and see you at the meetup and all the different award ceremonies, but I can't wait to see you Saturday when this is over and you look at me and you go, that was amazing. I can't wait to get back to work on Monday and change my family's life forever. So without further ado, let's get me out of here. I mean, let's get to why you're here. So, well, we're just going to jump right here. We go. Natasha's like, I ain't giving you no time to give her an intro. You just give her an intro with her up here. So here we go. But, well, hello, Anna. How are you?
Hi, Grady. How are you? I'm doing amazing.
I'm wonderful. I need to do a proper intro, so then we'll get into this. So, all right. Hello, everybody. Grady Polson. Welcome to the American Agency. I am ecstatic today to have Miss Anna Kettell on with us, a young woman who I've known for over a year now and watched her rise. And that's what's fun about this business, is watching people have life happen and have business happen and have personal stuff happen and have goals happen and see other people around them and have, what is it? Comparison is the thief of joy. So we start looking at what other people do, but staying the course in her business. And we hopped off the phone recently, and she told me how she's issuing personally over $30,000 a month. Her team's production doubled just this past month, and they're all selling at a significantly high level. And that's who I want to introduce to the world. That's who you all, when you're going, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. I don't know who to follow. Anna is who you want to follow. Anna is someone you want to listen to and go, I should stop thinking my way because my way isn't working. My bank account isn't getting better. My sales skills aren't growing. My community that I'm around is bringing me down. Mirror what someone who's figured a way out to get better is doing, and you'll get the same thing. It's this copy and delete. You are fortunate and blessed to work with one of my favorite people on the entire planet, Nina Hill. And on top of that, now you've got her as a mentor. Hayden, her incredible husband, and then such great people like Morgan and Ryan that you get to work with and learn from. And now here you are, blossoming, growing, and I just want everyone to get to meet you, get to hear from you, and also get to get inspired by what you've done and you've created. So without further ado, everyone, please, as fast and hard as you can, drop an A, K in the chat below and show Anna some love and blow it up and tell her she's going to crush it because she's going to. And without further ado, how are you doing today, Anna?
Yeah, thank you so much, Grady, for having me on. What's funny was when you were, kind of going over everything, I was reminiscing on when I first started in this business, which was it was almost a year and a half ago now, which is absolutely crazy. But I remember Nina was always making me attend these calls. And I've listened to more than I can even remember. And it's crazy that I'm on one now. So thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate that. I'm excited.
You're so welcome. I'm excited. Well, and that's what's fun about this business is that I'm not interviewing people who had success 6 years ago. I'm going, who's the hottest frontline, hardest working people that I can then use as an example for, because the majority of people are lost. And not that they can't find their way, that they're lost in their own heads on what I should do each and every day. So they plug into the calls and they now hear great examples. I didn't know how to think. I fortunately had Andrew to trust. I got time with Sean. They told me what to do. I wasn't successful, so I just did what they said. And it worked out, right? So now you get to become that person, but because you listen to other people who had what you wanted, and now here we are, and now you're going to inspire others. So don't thank me, thank yourself. And you were the one that had to do all this gosh darn hard work, right? So with all that, tell us more about you, though. That's where we're at today. I want people to get to know you, hear from your story, how you found the business, and what's going on.
Yeah, I'll kind of get into that. So pretty much how I got into the life insurance space, which again, no one's waking up in the morning and saying, hey, I want to start selling life insurance, right? I didn't really know anything about this business whatsoever. So let alone sales at all. I actually was in the restaurant industry for the last 4 years. So I was doing fine dining serving. Not sure if you guys have ever heard of Houston's or Hillstone. Really delicious. But yeah, I worked there for quite a while. It was, awesome. I just felt super unfulfilled with my life. I wasn't making a lot of money, which I thought at the time. And then, the ceiling with the restaurant industry, it's here, right? There's really no opportunity. So obviously I was looking into other things as well. And I figured sales was going to be the best hope for me. Because there is no ceiling. You can, kind of create your own reality, which is super nice. And that's why I love Family First Life, because the opportunity is absolutely incredible. But yeah, so my fiance, he connected me to Nina and Hayden Hill. Obviously, everyone knows who they are. So I was super blessed to directly work with the two of them. So Nina kind of plugged me in. And from there, when I first started and when I was taking the test and everything like that, it was finals week. I was just graduating my senior year of college at ASU. And I was working 45, 50 hours a week at the restaurant. And so I was trying to do all this, on the side so I can get out of the restaurant industry and into something that would ultimately fulfill me much more. So it was a grind at first, for sure. I remember I would go into the bathroom at work at the office, Morgan and Ryan's office, and I would literally get into my tuxedo for work, and I would have to go serve at 4:00. But I was there when I could be there. And my first month, I quit my serving job. because I was willing to do anything I possibly could, put in the hours that I had available. And ultimately I made $5,000 in deposits my very first month at FFL, extremely part-time, which at Hillstone, I was making like $3,500 a month, which again, at the time I thought that was great money, but I was like, this is all I need. This is the proof. I'm going to just go full in. And that's what I did. And it's been, again, 1.5 years now, and I haven't looked back. So yeah, it's been an absolutely incredible experience. And I'm super, super grateful for everyone who's helped me along the way. So
love them all. So you're making $3,500 a month at Hillstone. How long did it take to earn that?
So, I mean, I was roughly bringing in close to like $800 a week. And mind you, I was working at the very minimum 5 days a week. I was grinding. Like I would check my app on my phone. I was walking like 15 to 20,000 steps every single day. And, I was working in the heart of Scottsdale as well, serving these, really entitled individuals, to say the least. So it was not fun. It was really not fun. So I wanted to step out of that, and thank God I found you guys, because again, like it has been nothing but, success for me since I started, which is great. Obviously I've had my ups and downs for sure, but yeah, I'm super grateful I found sales, especially life insurance, again, just because the opportunity we have here is incredible. So
Agreed. I would 100% agree. But to look at that, right? So you were making $800 a week, working 5 days a week. So break it down. That is 175 a shift, approximately, unless you're working singles, doubles. I mean, probably singles at that level, dinners, etc. And so making $3,500, young, lower expenses, no children. You're maybe renting an apartment, right? We're looking in an environment where that was goodish, right? You're happy, you're content, right? Your friends are content. You're probably good girlfriends, boyfriends with the people you work with. Your managers are cool, right? You show up on time, you do a good job. How many other people are like you, just in Scottsdale alone, that could be interested, that would go, wait, you made $5,000 selling part-time life insurance. All you did was have to get his license, and you call people over the phone, right? Like that. I mean, it's an infinity, right? It's to honor Nina and Hayden, it's limitless to how many people that are looking for that. Now, the thing as we recruit, we don't want to judge people and make decisions on could they or could they not be successful at this business. We just want to be good introducers. And so that's where, your story came. You said your boyfriend introduced you to Nina and Hayden?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There you go.
My fiance.
So, fiance. Well, congratulations. That's wonderful. Good job. What's his name?
Aiden. Yeah, he owned a solar dealer here in the Valley. And they're actually stepping into insurance. So they're bringing everybody on because, obviously the proof's in the pudding, right? So they're getting all contracted ready.
Aiden's very smart. Aiden's very smart. Otherwise, that's going to recruit them all. So, right. Cool. Okay. So okay, you get in, you get going, you walk away, you finish your 2 weeks out, you retire from Hillstone, and now you're doing. So now give us the first couple months. How's that go? How does it start out after, you make the leap of faith, walk away, but now all of a sudden, did it get hard? Did it get easier? What happened?
Yeah. So it's kind of, again, all over the place with, sales, right? It's definitely a roller coaster that you're riding, but it's going up. Right. So you're going to have your ups, you're going to have your downs, which it was not easy when I first started. I was not used to working 1099. I was not used to having, not like a reliable paycheck come in at the end of every single week, which I'm sure like if there are part-time agents watching this, you can definitely relate to that. So it's definitely scary because you're kind of, betting on yourself. You're like, can I do this? Am I able to, sufficiently pay my bills, get by just, selling life insurance? Like it's definitely very scary. But, I wanted to be so delusional to where like, I just didn't have an option at that point. And that's ultimately why I decided to quit my previous job. Because I was like, if I don't quit and let that go, then I'm never going to, rise to my full potential here. So I would say my first couple months, it was, again, definitely a grind. You're kind of learning about the products, like what type of leads are the best to work. You're a little bit overwhelmed because you feel as though, you're not knowledgeable enough when you're on the phone with a client, whatnot. You're just building a skill set, and ultimately as well, you're kind of racing to your first 100 presentations. I would say anyone who just started, it's a race to your first 100 presentations, because that's how you're going to build a good sales skill set. So yeah, it was definitely really hard. There was days I cried, I had anxiety, but there were days where I remember I got my first direct deposit actually from 2 carriers the same day. It was Ethos and it was Americo. It was $2,500 each. So I literally got like $5,000 in one direct deposit. And I was like, what the heck is going on? Like, this is crazy. I was like taking screenshots. I was like sending it to everybody. I was like posting on my Snapchat story. I was like, what the heck? I did not know this was real, but it is so real. We have these billion-dollar insurance companies. They're paying us directly. So you're not running into any issues with that. But yeah, it was definitely tough at first. I would say, kind of be a sponge when it comes to the information. Surround yourself with individuals that you want to become. For me, it was definitely listening closely to Morgan and Ryan and just top producers in their office at the time. I was asking millions of questions. I was definitely bothering a lot of people. But what I found here at FFL, like the people, like you're asking for help, you're not bothering them. They actually really enjoy helping new people, which I love a culture like that. It's super important. And that's what I found here, literally to every office I've been to. So yeah, just ask a ton of questions, become a sponge, attend every single meeting you can, every single training you can, and really just soak up everything. That way you can, duplicate it on your end. So
It's awesome. So let's talk about, so you got in, got going, producing. When did you start building?
So I accidentally started building, actually. I didn't even know recruitment was a thing, like in this business. I was just like, I want to make money selling. And I got to the point where I was making pretty decent money. I would say I was close to like 10 grand a month. This was roughly like, 6 months in. So very early on. And then I started posting like on my private Snapchat story. I had like no people on there. Just like a couple of my friends, and I'm just, ranting about life insurance in the space. And I had one of my girlfriends now, she's actually one of the top producers on my team. She chatted my story and was like, okay, I'm like currently unemployed. Like I need to look into this. And I was like, just come to the office and like, we can talk to Nina and kind of go from there. So the next day she was in the office, and of course,
What's
Nina
her name, so we can shout her out for being one of your top producers?
Olivia White.
Good job, Olivia White.
Yes. And then,
unemployed to top producer. What a transition. Talk about a story. Get her on
right.
here.
Yeah. And then I also want to give a shout out to Madison McGill as well. She paid the most on my team last month. It was $56K. She followed me from Hillstone a couple months later, because awesome. I was obviously posting slightly in regards to my success. So they just came on. And from there, like I started, training them, developing them. And it was really fun. And I liked seeing, the agents that I brought on actually win and make money. It felt even better when they got a sale than when I was making a sale. Like I was so excited. I was so happy. And I felt like fulfilled because I was ultimately like changing their life. Like I was watching their lives change from this opportunity. So yeah, that I had my 2 girls with me, and then it kind of just snowballed from there. So yeah, it was an accident, but that's how I started recruiting.
It's a good accident. So for us old people, private Snapchat is this like a close friends on Instagram? Like I'm trying, I don't have a Snapchat, but I should get one if I can find agents that write 56,000. I guess that's where they're hiding. They're hiding on the Snapchat. Is that what the people? I'm joking, but okay.
So it was completely accidental, and then. From there, of course, once you're teaching other people how to become successful, I started getting outside of my comfort zone, mind you, completely outside of my comfort zone. And I was like posting on my actual Instagram story. I would say that's where I, recruit most of my warm market, would just be posting other agents' success, my success, success stories about the business, not even on my team, just in the office. I just post a ton on TikTok, on Instagram, on Snapchat. You know, I don't use Facebook, but yeah, I just post as much as I can.
Which is good. I mean, to touch on this for 2 seconds, I was just on a call, and this young woman says, I used to be in real estate. I used to do Uber and Lyft. I used to be a bartender, and I know all these people, but I don't know how to talk to them. I think they'll judge me. And I was like, I got it. I totally get it. I was like, what did you write? How are you doing? She's like, well, I've written 15,000 so far this month. I'm like, you've written 15,000 so far this month. I was like, why don't you just tell them what you've done? Hey, Susan, it's been a minute. I don't know exactly what I'm doing yet, but I wrote 15,000 this new life insurance deal. They have warm buyer leads. If you're looking for a part-time gig to make a little extra money, it may or may not be for you. My little subtle takeaway, it may or may not be for you. And like, if you're doing that, shouting out your wins, your team's wins, we're just telling them, like, all you're doing and is telling Susan about your success humbly, and saying that they're open to looking for other great people if you're open to looking for something. That's what good recruiting and good marketing is. It's humbly sharing what you've done and letting you know you'll help them if they want to work hard too. And I love that. That's how you're finding great people. That's like people are like, how are these teams growing so fast? They just talk about their success all day long. Humbly. Mm-hmm. They're sharing it. Now, some people have fancy cars and they buy watches and they buy stuff and they feel the need to show everybody their fancy stuff they buy. That's okay. I mean, I like nice stuff, but I also like being able to pay for my kids to go to Disneyland for 3 days and not have to worry about the park hopper, right? You know, because like the park hopper is twice as much money, right? So in that capacity, it's like, it's thinking about how can I share with others what I've done that I'm grateful to have figured out, and I'll help you do it too. And that's what you've done. And I love that. Right. And so now are you finding more and more recruits as you share your teams and your own success humbly, right? Which is all you're doing. Like if people are like, well, I don't want to share. I'm like, you're not bragging and shoving in their face. You're saying, I don't even know how I did it, but let's figure it out together if you want to work with me.
Right. Yeah. And I would say another, a huge thing that I've done, for the last year, personally producing on your own is really, really important, especially if you want to get into, having a big team down the line, because you want to lead by example. You want to lead by the front. So it's really important that you keep up with your personal production. That way you can use that to recruit. You can use that to train. You can use that to, ultimately just help out in every aspect with your agents, and then yourself too, because if you don't have that cash flow coming in, especially if your, team's not paying a whole lot to start, you need that cash flow in order to, build up your team, maybe help out with the lead pack here and there. So it's definitely important that you have to be producing personally, for sure. So that's what I made that a goal of my own. I'm just like, okay, I have to, at the very bare minimum, pay at least $20,000 a month. While training, while recruiting, and everything like that, I need to make that a goal. So I would say that's really important when you have a team.
So let's jump into that. So let's talk about production. So let's talk about what you've done, what your lead flow is, flow, type, etc. And then let's jump into your script. People love your words, what you're saying, how you're selling insurance at the level you're selling it, and how you're training your agents to sell at the level they're selling it. So let's kind of jump into those as we continue on the call.
Yeah. So the leads I'm working, they've obviously changed quite a bit, of course. I would say that's really important too. You definitely want to keep your skill set sharpened in multiple different types of leads. So if you guys have been in the industry for a long time, you know that leads fluctuate. So sometimes they're going to get saturated. They're going to go back up. But like, what are you going to do in the meantime, right? You're going to have to move to a different campaign type. So I kind of like to run multiple different types. My favorites right now, I'm currently working veteran leads, trucker IULs, and just generalized IUL leads. I have a Facebook ad. So I, have Meta run my thing and they do all that. It's like a daily ad spend. I would say I'm, at the very bare minimum spending $1,200 a week on leads to get to issue. Like last month I paid $35K. I think I spent, roughly just 35K. Yeah, hopefully 45K this next month. But yeah, I would say typically the average is going to be around $1,200 to $1,500 a week in lead spend. And I know you guys have heard this multiple different times from multiple other people, but your lead flow literally is your cash flow. Like if you don't have leads, what are you doing in the office? Like there's nothing to do. you have to have something to dial. So like, I don't care if it's your last like $500, like you want to make that into an ROI, you want to triple that, you want to quadruple that, 5x that. Well, you have to spend money on leads to get at least somewhere and give yourself a chance. Because if you're not spending money on leads, like you're just going to be sit there dialing old stuff, leads that you bought a long time ago. This is where burnout happens. And this is where you end up hating the job and cycling out. I'm going to be honest, because I remember I first started and I was very uncomfortable to invest into leads. Like it was one of my biggest fears. I was spending probably like at the very most like $300 a week. And I was even tweaking about that, to be completely honest. I remember I was cycling through my old stuff and I wasn't having any luck, and it was creating doubt, fear, burnout. And I was not happy with myself. And I, again, went to convention, heard that from multiple top producers producing at a level I wanted to be at. And they constantly told everybody in the audience, hey, you need to buy leads. This is how you're going to write business. So I literally, right when I got back from convention that very first Monday, I spent $1,000 on a pack of veteran leads. And from there, boom, like I remember that week, I think I submitted like over $25,000 in business. And I was like, wow, it's really that simple. Okay, I just have to spend money on leads and I'm going to be good. So yeah, I would say really important. You guys definitely, whatever you can, even if you're running silvers, bronze leads, those are, $1, get 100 of them. You'll have something to work with, something to fill the time, and you're going to give yourself a chance to actually create an ROI. But yeah, I would say keep your skill set sharpened in different types of leads. So practice running, silvers, bronze, ethos, veterans, truckers, IUL leads. Yeah, as much practice as you can.
You get some from the ILC, and then you have a Facebook campaign, and you're just you're lead agnostic. I don't care. Just give me a lead. I want someone to call. You've developed your skill set where whatever they say, you can have a conversation with them, move them in a direction. And if you have let's jump into what's your favorite lead type right now, and then let's jump into your script for it, so we can kind of have something to.
Yeah. So my favorite lead type right now, I would say it's probably generalized IULs. So you're not really targeting like a specific demographic. It's more so just people who are interested in hearing a little bit about, the IUL programs and everything like that. So pretty much my script is very simple. I'll go into it in just a second, but with the IULs, you want to be careful. You don't want to over-explain the IUL, because if you're over-explaining it, then you're going to, 9 out of 10 times get the objection that no one likes to hear. Yeah, you can just email me over that information, or I need to think about it with blah, 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 because you overcomplicated it. That's why they need to think about it. So if you just keep it really, really simplified, then they're going to understand the product, trust you, and they're ultimately more likely going to jump in the application with you as well. So yeah, I just introduced myself. I'm like, hi, Grady.
Hello, who's this?
Hi, Grady. This is Annalise Kettell. I was actually just getting back to you. This was in regards to the request you filled out just to get some more information on those index universal life policies. Does that ring a bell?
No. What was this?
Yeah, so it's the index universal life policies. I know that's a big long name, but it's really just the life insurance products that builds tax-free retirement. You remember that?
Yeah.
Cool.
So what's going on?
Okay, awesome. Yeah, so I just wanted to kind of take some time to go over that information with you. I'm actually a broker with the state. So what that means is I work for roughly about 28 different A-rated insurance companies that offer these IUL programs. So the really cool thing about working with someone like me, I'm going to find you something that'll meet your goals for this product. And then, of course, I'm going to help you find the cheapest cost of insurance too. Okay, so kind of fill me in. What specifically caught your attention, and why did you fill this out?
I've just been putting money right now into my 401k with my company, and it's, I'm not sure what all benefits I'm getting from that. And, I saw an ad online. It looked interesting. Just trying to get some more information right now.
Got it. Well, perfect. Yeah, you're definitely in the right place. My job is just to kind of educate you, see if this even does make sense for you. And then ultimately, if it does, amazing. What we'll do, we'll submit a free application just to, of course, make sure you get approved again, but we'll get to that a little bit later. I just want to make sure that this can actually benefit yourself and your family. Okay. So, and then I kind of just go into like recapping what an IUL policy is. I break it down into 3 different.
Yeah,
what was that?
Tell us, how do you
so
say it?
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so I'm just like, awesome. I'm just going to kind of recap what this policy is specifically. It's really, really simple, big fancy name, but I'll keep it really light with you here. So it's just a permanent type of life insurance that not only offers a death benefit, like when you do pass away, this is what's going to be going to your family with a tax-free check, but it also builds a cash value component. Okay. So unlike any traditional whole life or like term or accidental, the IUL is actually going to give you an opportunity to earn interest based on the performance of the S&P 500, but also protecting you, with the downside swings of the market as well. So let me bring up that 401k example for you, Grady. So let's say you have a 401k, right? You're allocating a lot of your hard-earned money in that account. And if you want to do, of course, pull from it early, usually it's really hard to do that, especially because you're going to have to pay heavy taxes on it. You're going to be charged all these penalty fees. Depends on the employer, but that's most of the time the case, right? Okay, perfect. Yeah. So with the IUL, the cash value, you can actually access that at any point in time without having to pay really heavy taxes and interest fees on it. And you can use it stipulation free too. So what that means is, you can use it for a down payment on a home. You can buy yourself a new car. You can use it to pay your, kids' college tuition. You name it. You can use this for literally a second bank account, which is super, super awesome. Now, last thing, I'm going to bring up that 401k example for you one more time. Now, let's say the market were to take a hit and go below that 0% floor. Okay, you have your 401k, you're going to lose so much money. And that's your hard-earned money that you worked really, really hard for, right? But with the IUL, the policy's cash value, that's actually going to be protected by a 0% floor. So that's just ensuring that your money only has upside potential from market gain. So again, let's say you have your IUL policy, the market were to take a hit and go below that 0% floor. You're actually not going to participate in any sort of market losses, and you literally cannot lose any cash value. You only benefit from market gain. Does that kind of make sense, Grady?
Sounds incredible.
Okay. And then I'd go into health and all that stuff. And yeah.
No, that was fantastic. Great job. Everyone, please drop your favorite emoji to show Anna some love, because that was a very cool, very simple but robust explanation on it. I love the free application. Sosa also loved it too, because I've never heard that or said that. So, but when you go into those details and you talk about the IUL and that, you're talking about the market, you don't lose people there? Like, because it's you kind of like, is that the end? Like, we're going to talk about that. Your money is going to grow. You're not going to lose it because it's got a floor, 0% floor. And that's kind of, you're not going to talk about cap rates. You're not going to talk about indexes. You're not going to talk about MEC or Target or anything like that, right? That's the thing. People, they get so smart at this stuff. They want to share that with the clients, and confused people take no action. That's a great line. So people understand that they're putting money in the 401k, it's associated with the market, and it's going to go up and down with the market. And an IUL, it's pegged against the market. They're using an index to determine the growth of it, but they also protect you from the floor, while with the other benefits of an IUL, death benefit, living benefits, cash value. So so IULs are fun for you. You like IULs. It's like kind of it's fun to talk about.
Yeah. IULs are amazing because they're a really good product. I actually have my own IUL. And I try to put in $1,000 a month to overfund it for the cash value, because by the age of 50, I think it's 52 or 53, I'll have over $1 million in there, and I'm just going to pull that all out. So, like, guys, we're selling amazing products. These are no joke. They're great products. So it's like, I'm selling something I believe in. And you all should believe in it too, because they're fantastic products. Granted, yes, a lot of people don't qualify for them. And that's what I like to also position in my in my script as well. I'm just like, hey, I just want to be fully transparent with you before we step into the medical questions here. About 30% of the people I talk to actually do qualify for these programs. So we don't even know if this is an option for you yet. Okay. So we're definitely going to have to make sure we can, obviously get you that approval. If we can't get you approved, what we're going to talk about is something called, a starter IUL. It's a whole life policy, and I'll kind of further explain that if we need to go there. And then I'll show them both of the quotes, just if I go through their preliminary health questions and it's a little bit iffy, or like I'll just show them the quotes for the whole life coverage if it's like really bad health, and then I'll just explain why. And, hey, 12 months, we can revisit this if your health improves, all that stuff. So, but yeah, about half my business this last year. So I paid in 2025 about 230K, and I think more than half of it was IUL. So there's a lot of healthy people out there that'll get approved.
Yeah. I mean, for clarity, an IUL is going to have the same underwriting guidelines as term, and whole life is going to be more lenient because there's less risk, right? Where people are always like, why can't this? And it's like, it's all based on risk. What is the carrier on the hook for if the client dies? And an IUL, the death benefit can go higher, so there's more risk to the insurance company, so they have more stipulations. Our whole lives, now what's just so incredible about trans, which we talked about at the top of the call, going up to 100K on their whole lives without changing underwriting guidelines, is fantastic. So like we've got options as the industry improves and these carriers start to wake up to how much production we're bringing them, they're going to continue to benefit us. So your favorite IULs? What's your carrier mix?
I like, if you know me personally, America is my love. But Transamerica, I like. They're a good second. They're pretty good with approvals as well. And then I would go America, Transamerica, then Mutual. Honestly, for the IULs, America, obviously, as we all know, they're fantastic. They're the cheapest cost of insurance for the client. So it's always good if we can get them approval for the most part. But yeah, other than that, I would say like if they do get declined America going trans, there's always a good shot they'll get approved. So you can just give it a go. But if you do have to transition into like the whole life coverage for them, how I'm structuring that as well, I'll also ask them before I get into obviously an application for the IUL in the first place. I'm like, hey, let me ask you a question, John. So with the IUL, there's multiple different ways I can actually structure this. Would you say the death benefit's most important to you, the cash value accumulation, or are you kind of sitting at a mix of both? 99% of people say mix of both. So that means that they see the value in actually having the coverage itself. So that's what you're going to use in terms of like, if you have to pivot, you have to build value actually on the death benefit itself. Like, yeah, it still builds cash value. Great. But you're going to have to obviously, build more value on the actual death benefit side of things if you do have to pivot. So I do always ask that.
What do you do to tie down your business after you're closing out the call, last 30 seconds, whatever you say there, and then what do you do post sale to keep your persistency high?
Yeah, so I got this from Trey Howe actually. So shout out Trey Howe. He issued over $1 million this last year. So I take any advice he gives me. But yeah, what I started doing, it's hilarious, but you do like a quiz with them at the end. So like you get them approved, yada, yada, whatever. So I'm like, all right, congratulations, John. You've been approved as applied. So congratulations. Again, these policies, they're not easy to qualify for. So I'm super happy we were able to get you approved for that $300,000 today. Now don't get nervous, but what I'm going to do, I'm just going to give you a little pop quiz. I want to see how well you were actually paying attention when we were on the phone together. So my first question for you is, can you remember the actual insurance company we went with today? And then I'll have them, America. Perfect. Awesome. And then do you know how much coverage you were fully approved for today, Grady?
$100,000.
Dang, you're good. Okay. Sounds good. Let's see if you can get this one. Do you remember when the draft date is and how much your monthly premium was?
It was next Tuesday, the 22nd, and it was $87.52.
Yep, you got it right. All right, I got one final question for you before I let you go here, but who's your favorite insurance agent?
Oh, it's definitely you, Anna.
All right, perfect. Yay, you pass. Awesome. Well, what I'll do, I'm going to have my assistant, she's going to send you over like a policy summary. So what that's going to include is like all the, the necessary information that you're going to need just before that packet does come in the mail. So I'll have her shoot you over that. And then also I want you to save my phone number. I'll always be available to you. So if you don't want to wait on the phone with Americo for 2 hours, just give me a call instead and I can handle all that stuff for you. And then, yeah, last thing before we get off the phone here, I do want to mention, I do offer a referral bonus for all my favorite clients. So you being one of them, I'm going to actually up it to $100 per referral. So anyone you bring me who will qualify for an insurance policy, I'll give you $100 and it's unlimited. So you can literally bring me 10 people and I'll give you $1,000. Does that sound good?
That sounds amazing.
Okay.
Guys,
perfect. Yeah. I'll also reach out to, the last thing is I'll just reach out to them in 2 weeks, just making sure they got their policy packet if they have any questions.
There is so much sales psychology you just dropped in that past 15 seconds that I hope people are gathering. The referral bonus, because you're one of my favorite clients, I'm going to up it to $100. So you can make up to $1,000 if you just refer me some people. There's so much right there in those 20 words that makes them feel good, makes them feel like they're getting something special other people don't get. You talk them a way where they can make money, and that and then how much they can make just by referring you some people. And they just said that you're their favorite insurance agent. Guys, this is why you show up to these calls. This is why you're watching it on YouTube, because of lines that you just heard. How do you turn one sale into 10 sales? Is by asking simple things like this, making simple statements and letting them know they can, or I'm gonna up it to $100, because if everyone else gets less because they're not my favorite clients. Well, I'm so happy I'm one of her favorite clients. She is like this amount out of just gold, Anna. Did you come with that on your own?
Yes. What was that?
Did you come with that on your own?
No, I'm getting all this from people in our office and stuff like
That's
that.
it.
Like,
Whatever. That's it. Now it's yours. That's the Anna. As I tell this story for the rest of time, I learned from Anna Kettell the up it to $100 line. I give Wiley credit for flowers over $100. I give different people credit on lines, but this is yours. So very cool.
Thanks. Yeah, and then I would do one other thing to kind of like keep persistency up and everything like that. That's really important. Like, if you get like a notification for like an insufficient funds or something, like don't freak out. They don't like necessarily want to cancel. I actually had 2 today from Transamerica, and I literally just called my clients. I had a great conversation with both of them. One of the ladies was like, "You're the absolute best. Like, I hope you take care of yourself. Like, so sorry. I just didn't have the money in my account, but I'll make sure it's good for tomorrow." And then the other guy we were just talking about, he's a truck driver. He's going all the way to Florida today. So he's like, "I'm so sorry. Yeah. Like, if you can just have them draft it in the next 2 days, like that'll work for me." Like they don't want to cancel. Just reach out to them. Like, it was just an accident. They didn't have the money, it happens.
Okay. So final question as we close out, give us the tips, secrets, etc., to having such high producing agents. What are you doing to have, obviously your production for your team doubled last month, which is amazing, but on the same standpoint, you have each agent is making significantly above company average. So what are you doing to have such high producing agents?
Yeah, so I definitely think like what I do to help them like really, really produce at a high level is, number one, I want them to come in the office. So all of my agents who are producing at a really high level, they're actually the ones that are going to be in the office or on Discord. If they're like maybe out of state or can't make it that day, they're always on. So it's either they're on Discord or they're in the office. I would say that's definitely really important, because not only are they learning from myself, but they're learning from every single person in the office. And there's a lot of gold nuggets you can kind of pick up if you're just listening to people. And honestly, I just tell them, hey, like, listen, my goal is for you to be producing more than me, right? Like these last couple months, Maddie, my top producer, she's been producing way more than me. And it feels so incredible, like that I've changed her life in so many ways. But that's because I, number one, give them all the support possible. So if they're calling me at 9 p.m. with questions, like I'm there to answer them. If they want to go over a script training, like I'm there. If they want to listen in on my presentations or, whatnot, they're always eager to learn, right? And you want to create that culture where people are eager to come in and learn from you. So I would say just showing up every single day with a really positive attitude and, kind of making it fun to be around yourself. Like that's another huge thing too. And then, if they just have that belief in themselves, like truly it goes a long way. So definitely, like if they sell like a baby policy or, it's been a rough couple of days and they finally, sell a policy, give them that praise, shout them out, post about it. It gives them that confidence, to continue working hard and doing really good. But a lot of my agents in the beginning, I will try to get them on a Facebook ad as soon as possible. If they're on a Facebook ad, like they have more control, and obviously they can dump in a bunch more money after making a couple sales. So again, just spending a ton of money on leads is kind of like the culture I bring to my team. I'm like, hey, you guys, like, you can't issue $50K a month if you're not spending at least $1,500 a week on leads. It's not possible,
Yeah.
So if that's a goal you want to have, like, you're going to have to sacrifice, 2 weeks, you might be a little bit lower in your bank account than normal, but that's okay, because there's going to be an ROI. So yeah, again, just having belief in them, giving them praise all the time, super important. Being a support for them is huge. Having them, tune into every training, every call, all the Discords, coming into the office when they can. That's really, really big. And then, yeah, ultimately just, telling them, hey, this is your goal, XYZ, let's break it down backwards. So if you want to sell $50,000 a month, well, yeah, we got to have you spend this much in leads. You got to make these many dials. You got to be in this many presentations a day, because that's going to be 4 sales a week. So like, I'll sit down with them and we'll like just work backwards and kind of like break it down, so it's more digestible for them to actually achieve that goal. But yeah, like one-on-ones I do all the time with my team, and we kind of dive into what we can do to help them reach their goals.
I love it. Anna, you are a shining star in an otherwise what's been seen as a very simple industry, and you're rising and you're doing great, and you're leading people and you're helping them change their lives along the way, and it's so exciting. Give us the number though. What's the end of the year personal production goal and team goal? What are you going for, and what's the team going to do monthly?
Yeah, so I'm going to really focus on developing other leaders in my sales organization this year. That's my number one goal. So I might take a little bit of a hit in my personal production. No less than $20,000 issue paid a month for me. I'll keep my word on that. However, for my team, I want to be doing $1 million a month, obviously, by 2027. Hello. So, I mean, we just doubled this last month, and yeah, I've got about 20 other people in licensing, and yeah, we only had 11 writers this last month. So it's going to get pretty crazy here in a second. I'm excited.
I knew her when. Anna, thank you. Can't wait to see you in a couple weeks in Dallas, and it's going to be amazing. And thank you for all you shared. Thank you for, sticking with it. Thank you for sticking with it when it got hard. Thank you for believing in yourself. Thank you for toughing it out and walking out of Ryan and Morgan's, office bathroom in your tuxedo, going to your day job while you're trying to work during the day to build your night job, make extra money to get out of it. I mean, it's the uncomfortabilities at which we embrace that are the reasons why people become successful and people don't. And you're a testament to that. And I'm so excited, cheering you on for the future. And you're leading an incredible team. So $1 million a month or more, $1 million a month or bust. Here we go. So have an amazing day. Thank you for everything. Talk more soon.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye. All right, everybody. What a call. And just a truly a gem in the industry, and someone whom we have been fortunate to get to work with. So a couple of weeks till convention. The time is now. And I heard this yesterday. A guy goes, every reason you have to not go is the reason you should go. I don't have any time. I don't have any money. I don't know what to do. I should stay home and sell. No, if you don't have any time, you need to figure out how to make some more money so you can have some time. If you don't have any money, you need to figure out how to get to conventions so you can learn how to make more money, because you don't have any money right now. If you don't know how to sell, you got to get to convention, get around the 500 people that are issue paying over $400,000 a year with us, and learn what they're saying, because what you're saying isn't working. Right, and we didn't talk about it for a second, but Anna came to a convention last year, and from that, the next week, she did talk about it. She wrote 25,000 the next week. So for all of you out there that are on here that are thinking and holding back and holding, don't hold on to your pennies so tight, because if you let them go, they could turn into dollars. And that's my excitement, and that's my hope, my plea, is that get yourself to a place where you can grow, because the environment you've been in currently, if you're not where you want to be, isn't helping you grow. And I guarantee you that if you get to Dallas, coming out of the event, everything will change for you. You got to get there. So everybody, thank you for joining me. Thank you for the time. So much good stuff. And Anna, you're absolutely incredible. So thank you for joining me today. More fun soon. Here's your moment of Zen.
to success, but you can't go from excuses to success. You can't do it. It's not possible. So don't even try it. When I see a person making excuses, I want to walk in their life, say, my name is John, I'm your friend. Let me explain something to you. That's a dead end street. You can't excuse your way out.
Right.
You can adjust your way out. I mean, like failing forward is a good miss.
Yep.
Because I failed, but I learned something.
And I'm farther forward than I was.
I'm a little further down the road. I didn't get there.
You know what's interesting? You can make a small mistake and make it a bad miss because you make excuses.
That's exactly.
You could make what looks like a catastrophic mistake and go, there's something good here.
Yep.
Well, you never know whether it's a good or a bad miss based on the failure. You know it's a good miss or a bad miss
Based on the adjustment.
based on the adjustment. You follow what I'm saying?
Yep.
You can go from failure to success, but you can't go from excuses to success. You can't do it. It's not possible. So don't even try it. When I see a person making excuses, I want to walk in their life, say, my name is John, I'm your friend. Let me explain something to you. That's a dead end street. You can't excuse your way out.
Right.
You can adjust your way out. I mean, like failing forward is a good miss.
Yep.